Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. Today, we will be covering what to expect through the alteration process and why alterations are so valuable for your finalized look for wedding day. Before we get into it, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know if you'd like me to create any specific video topics for your needs. Lastly, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I am here for you leading up to your special day. Alterations. This is a make or break for your wedding look. I cannot put enough emphasis on that for you. A bridal gown is not like any other article of clothing you've ever worn. Today's fashion has stretch to it. It has give. It expands. It molds to your body. Bridal gowns require a certain level of attention to detail, the structure, the boning, the shapes, the silhouettes. They require being tailored specifically to your body dimensions. A gown is ordered for you based on your bust, waist, and hip measurement. Your stylist will line it up to the size chart and order the size that makes the most sense based on your body proportions. For example, my hip measurement is larger than my bust and my waist. So for me, I would be ordering a dress based on my hip measurement, and I would need to take in the waist and the bust. Every gown, for the most part, requires alterations. Maybe one or two brides I personally have a year have very minimal work done to them. Typically in alterations, gowns require body work to be done, so taking in or sometimes even letting out. You need a hem, and the hem is determined based on your heel height. You must have your shoes confirmed and ready, available, present at your first alteration appointment. This determines the height of the gown, and then lastly, the bustle is what also needs to be done. It also determines where the bustle is going to sit and what design they're going to do for the bustle to accommodate your heel height and also the hem of the dress. Typically, a seamstress will hem the front of the dress a little bit of the side is left long, and your train remains. I have had so many brides try to save money on this aspect of the wedding expenses, right? You've bought your dress, you have all these expenses. Your alterations are typically done 2 months before your wedding. This is around the time all your balances are due for different vendors and different things that are happening, and people start to want to save money. I totally get that, and I absolutely respect that. However, when I pick up a phone call and my bride is telling me that the seamstress she took the dress to cut her train off, how can we reattach it? My brain is going to explode. You are more likely to have a huge malfunction if it is not somebody who typically works on wedding dresses. I've also had huge malfunctions happen even if the seamstress works on wedding dresses, but maybe not familiar with the particular designer in which one of our clients bought. This is super, super, super important. Your alterations makes or breaks your dress. They can make it even better than you imagined, because if you think about it, when you're trying on dresses, it's not tailored to you. Oftentimes it's clamped or you're bungee corded in, or it's something you're imagining. Never, very rarely, I shouldn't say never, but very, very rarely is a dress that you're trying on when you go to place the order. Those sample dresses very rarely fit you the way they're supposed to. So the alterations is the first time you're going to see the finished product. Do yourself a favor. Do not compromise. Alterations are expensive. I'd be lying to you if I told you they weren't. Quality work deserves an investment price. So many men and women who tailor over these gowns, they're artisans, and they deserve to be compensated for the work that they are putting in. If there's anything you took away from this video, please let it be that you will not compromise on your alterations, quality, and cost. It's going to make or break your dress, and having seamless alterations truly, I can't tell you. You also understand what you've invested into it after you've seen the work get done. So that's also the hard component, is like you see this large dollar amount and you think, oh my God, what am I buying? I don't get it. But then you come back to the second fitting and the third fitting and you're like, okay, I understand now. This makes sense. Another thing to consider is be patient through this alteration process, right? Be patient because it takes time. Each body, each dress has its own needs. No two dresses and no two bodies have the same experience. So your friends may have had a certain experience in alterations. Yours will likely be different, perhaps the same, but be patient through the process. It's a trial and error, tweaks here, tweaks there to get it just right. So be patient with the team that's helping you. And lastly, be kind to the people that are serving you, because these people are in control of how amazing this dress fits you. When it comes time for alterations, emotions are at an all-time high. Express your concerns, voice your opinions, because if you don't speak up, they won't know how to address your concerns. Everybody is only as good as your feedback, so you need to communicate. If something is making you nervous, express that to the team that's helping you and serving you through this process. One other thing that I really quickly want to address here is that if you plan to lose weight or gain weight, depending on what your needs are and what your goals are that you are trying to achieve, please do not try to order a smaller size and hope that you're gonna save money on alterations because you're gonna lose weight to fit into the dress. So many people try to do this and it does not work. It ends up being a nightmare. These dresses do not have a lot of stretch and give to them. For the majority of them, some of them do, and there isn't a lot of fabric to let out, so you want to keep that in mind. Another thing to consider here is when it comes time for the bustle and that whole look is finalized, be sure that the team that's serving you shows you how to properly do it, and you take a video to send over to your planner, your maid of honor, whoever it may be. Even if they test it at that alteration appointment, you want to be sure to have it on video and have multiple people know how to do it. Wedding day can be hectic. You don't want to leave it just in one person's hands, and you want to make sure that you're covered so that you can move freely, dance, and enjoy the entire process. I hope this video was helpful. For more videos and tips and tricks, please be sure to check out the rest of my channel, and I will have a new video for you next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will see you in next week's video.